Hi, it's Erin from Philly. Calling about some of the questions and confusion that Jeff from North Carolina had regarding ranked choice voting. And I think I see where the confusion is. And this is something that took me a couple of reads on the subject to get my head around. Um, One of the features of ranked choice voting is not just your vote gets transferred to your second choice candidate, it's that it requires some minimum threshold of votes received before someone can win. I think that's the confusion we have here. I think it's one of the worst features of the current system that the U.S. has for elections is that a plurality candidate can win, somebody who doesn't receive more than 50% of the vote. And, Bill Clinton didn't get 50% of the vote, for example, when he ran against both George H.W. Bush and Ross Perot. And I think that's a feature of things like the jungle primary in California, where you can have 95 candidates running and they just pick the top two to go into the general election. And, those top two probably only got, or conceivably only got 5% of the vote each. But because it's just whoever gets the top two number of votes, regardless of any kind of threshold, they win. Or, the most recent Republican primary where there were 16 candidates for the GOP. So even if Trump was only getting 20% of the total votes, he was considered the winner because, and this was talked about a lot at the time, the more established Republicans like Rubio or Cruz, God help us, were splitting the vote amongst themselves. And so somebody with a plurality but not a majority could win. And ranked choice voting doesn't allow for that. You have to meet 50%. This is a system that I believe is used in a few European countries. France, I believe, uses it, but don't quote me on that. But that's one of the key features. And I think one of the things that really, no matter what system we choose in the U.S., really has to be implemented is that you can't win with less than a majority of the vote, that just shouldn't be possible. And I think that clears up a lot of these problems. Thanks as always, and stay awesome.